I'm Christina, 32, standing outside my office. I froze when I saw my parents' old car parked in the visitor's lot. My mom, dad, sister Vivian, and her husband Leo were huddled together. Their fake smiles stretched so tight they almost cracked. This wasn't a surprise visit. I could tell the moment I saw them, taking a deep breath. I started walking toward them, each step heavy like wading through mud. My mom spoke first. Her tone sharp and icy. "We've been trying to reach you for weeks." I kept my distance and replied calmly. "I blocked your numbers for a reason." "I have nothing to say to you," Vivian strutted forward, her designer purse swinging at her side. "You can't just cut off your family because you don't want to help." I noticed a few coworkers watching from the glass doors, curious about the drama. "I'm not doing this here," I said firmly. My dad's face turned red. "This is a family matter. Our grandson, Lucas, his tuition deposit is due next week. We need to help him." I almost laughed. "Then help him yourselves. The money isn't coming from me. I bought a house and the deal closed 2 weeks ago." Their stunned faces were almost comical. My mom's mouth dropped open, my dad's brows shot up, and Vivian looked like she'd been slapped. "You bought a house without telling us," she hissed. "Of course," I said evenly. "If I had, you would have tried to stop me, to pressure me into giving the money to Lucas. This is my money. I earned it, I saved it, and I sacrificed for it. While you all lived large, I lived carefully." Just then, Tom, the security guard, walked over. He was tall and serious looking, but always kind to me. "Everything okay here?" he asked. I steady on mine. I paused for a beat before answering. "They're bothering me." I was just about to leave when they showed up. Vivian snapped. "We're not finished, Christina." But I was. "Actually, we are," I said, my voice firm. "I'm done. I'm cutting ties with all of you. If you keep harassing me, I'll get a restraining order." My mother gasped. "We're your family." I met her eyes and said, "Family doesn't bully you for years and then demand your savings. Family doesn't turn people against you when you refuse to be their wallet." Tom stepped between us. "You all need to leave the property," he said firmly. "You're disturbing an employee." Vivian glared. "You can't just walk away from your family." But I could, and I did. I turned, got into my car, and drove straight to my new home, feeling lighter with every mile. It hadn't started that day. This went back years. I'd always had a plan. While everyone around me was splurging on vacations, luxury clothes, and pointless courses, I was saving for a home. I worked as a graphic designer at a small firm and took on extra gigs to earn more. My tiny studio apartment was cramped, but every dollar I saved brought me closer to my dream. My family never understood my frugality. At gatherings, Vivian would smirk and say, "Still wearing that same old dress, Christina?" My dad would laugh and add, "You can't take money with you when you die." My mom would sigh and ask, "When are you going to settle down and start a family?" I'd brush it off because I knew what I was working toward over the years. I lent them money for all sorts of things: a new fridge, Vivian's, car repairs, Lucas's summer camp, always hoping they'd appreciate the effort. They never did. After 5 long years of late nights, skipped vacations, and endless saving, I finally had enough for a down payment on a modest little house. I couldn't wait to tell them, thinking they'd be proud. But at dinner, before I could even speak, Vivian beamed. Lucas got accepted to Harvard. Everyone cheered, and then she dropped the real bomb. "Harvard's expensive, so we were hoping you could help cover the first couple of years." I blinked. "I've been saving for my own house," I said, stunned. "That's what I've been working toward." My mom frowned. "A house is just a thing. Family matters more. Lucas is your nephew." Vivian chimed in. "You've saved plenty. You can afford it." I was livid. I worked my fingers to the bone for that money. Why should I give it up for someone else's dreams when they never cared about mine? The argument exploded. My dad's temper flared, my mom started crying, and Vivian called me selfish. I left that dinner hurt, angry, and heartbroken. That's when the harassment began. Calls, texts, guilt-filled messages nonstop. When I blocked them, they started emailing. My mom even posted emotional rants on social media, painting me as a cruel sister ruining Lucas's future. But I didn't cave. I poured my energy into finding my house. I hired a realtor, Emma, friendly, patient, and sharp. We spent weeks touring homes. Some had hidden issues, others were in rough neighborhoods. Then I found it, a cozy little house with a small garden. The moment I stepped inside, I just knew. It felt right. I made an offer. And after a bit of back and forth, the seller accepted. The next few weeks were a blur of paperwork, inspections, and excitement. Moving day finally came. And for the first time in years, I felt free. Paragraph 5. I packed up my few belongings, left that cramped studio behind, and moved into my new home. I invited a few coworkers over for a small housewarming. It wasn't fancy, but it was perfect: laughter, warmth, and peace. Since then, life's been quiet, and I like it that way. I haven't heard from my family, and honestly, the silence has been healing. I started therapy to untangle years of family manipulation and guilt. I joined a painting class and met people who see me for who I really am. One cold winter morning, my phone rang, an unknown number, and Christina. It was Lucas. I just wanted to say I never asked them to ask you for money. I got a partial scholarship and decided to go to a local college. It feels right. My throat tightened. I'm so proud of you, Lucas. I never blamed you, I said softly. We talked for a long time, and I realized not everything was lost. I built a new kind of family. Friends who cared, peace that felt earned, and my little house, it's my sanctuary. The one place where I can finally breathe, live, and just be me.